Password.
Rangeman. Mr. Rangeman. Mr. Rangeman, meet the team. I'm GG explosives expert. Hamilton, getaway driver. Bonjour, Patek Philippe, professional hacker. And I'm Targ Hoyer, team leader. Very impressive. Oi, Targ, we don't have any wheels. It's okay, I have wheels. Yeah? What you driving?
A LORUS.
What a mission to find this LORUS, and what a unique watch it is. I mean, look at the size of that thick bezel, and it has water resistant of 100 meters, not only printed once there, but also on the strap. And the lume is ridiculously bright. The whole dial illuminates. I mean, look how deep that dial sinks into the bezel there. I mean, that is just really something special. And it even has like little cutouts to show you where the case is. Look, I'm just showing you here. So you got two that side, and then you got three on there. I'm just trying to sort of give you a perspective of how deep that is, like that. So the dial is completely luminous and it's white during the day. And then it has the printed silver hourly markers, which are edged in black. Then it has this very unusual piece here, which is marked out to 20. Then it has the nice date window there in the 3 o'clock position. And then spreading out to the outer edge is the 24-hour dial. And I must add that the crystal feels very, very thick. The hands are also grey, matching the hour markers, and again they are edged in black. And then you have this very fine arrow pointed second hand, which has a very little bit of grey also. It's again printed with 100 meters of water resistance. It uses a Japan movement, and it's written V532-7G00. Well, I think that's G00. And flipping it over, you can see on the back case, it's written sample. What is that about? And it's a snap down case back as well. And on the outside edge here, again, it's written that it's 100 meters water resistant, and it's entirely made of stainless steel, apart from the rubbery bits. Now, the actual case of the watch, looking from behind, looks very sort of cast and crude. So it sort of gives me the impression, was this actually a prototype? Did they actually sell any of these? Deep in the lug part here, you have these two black parts, and they are part of the bezel. So I'm not sure if that's pressed in to be held in place or actually molded like that. And then on the bezel edge, it has these brass studs, whereas on the top, they're finished off with screw heads. And this is repeated on the other side as well. Look at those two. They're with screw heads, but on the side, they're just like studs. And at the end of the lugs, it has this very unusual part here. And that has got to be one of the smallest crowns I've seen on a watch this size. On the tail end of the strap, it's written Extreme. I don't think that's the Extreme. That's in a yellowy gold. And then moving down, you can see that it's quite a short strap. And then flipping it over, you can see that it's got these little ribs on the edge there, and it's made in Hong Kong. The other end of the strap has 100 meters, again in that yellow gold. and then watching it come down, we see the LORUS keeper there, and then right at the very end we have a brass style buckle, which is actually matching the screws and studs on the bezel. And again, that's all made in stainless steel, and the underside looks like that. Looking at the side here, look at those bumpers on the bezel. I'm talking about these pieces here and those two. You even have bumpers on the end of the lugs there. Look at the design of that. This to me would be the perfect all-day sports activity watch, where it has that 100 meters of water resistant, so you can surface swim all day long. It has that massive protection that's keeping that crystal very secure deep down there. Also, you can play your sports, you can play all your racket balls and all that, and have the protection. You're not even going to get close to that crystal. You're going to need some step ladders to adjust the date. At 4 o'clock, it has a very tiny crown, but the bottom crown guard is quite thick, while the top one is very thin. Quite unusual. It doesn't have screw down because I can move the crown freely while it's fully pushed in. But if I pull it out fully, it hacks the time. And when I rotate it clockwise, it rotates clockwise. And when I go counterclockwise, doing that action. What is the date change like? Let's have a look. So 10 o'clock. Oh, it's just changing there. Not even 11 o'clock. When's it going to snap into 12 o'clock? And it's snapped in just 1:45. Well, I guess that's sort of forgivable. So if I just wind that past the 6 o'clock there, I'm going to have a little play with the actual date. So I've pushed it fully in, pull it out to the first position. Now it's not clockwise, it is anti-clockwise to adjust the date. And it's quite fast, it's quite snappy, and it's landing quite well in that window. Pushing it back in, that's all it can offer. Why would you want that red up to 20 there? I mean, what does that possibly time? Look at the depth in that dial. I mean, even the cutouts there, they have depth within depth. I can see the reflection actually on the chapter ring edge there. It's got a polished part. I can see the markers reflecting in it. I'm really impressed with the finish on those screws. I mean, the detail in that, there are no rough sides whatsoever, and this goes for all 4 of them. And there it is on my 7.5-inch wrist. Now it does have a nice presence. It's not too big, but what's kind of funny is that the strap just about fits me. Look at that. I mean, if I went to that one there, it would be practically just popping out. So who is this made for? Because it isn't made for giants like me. I have to say, is it a good looking watch? Do you think it's a little bit OTT? I can see the concept here. I can see this actually working, but does it actually look nice? To have 100 meters so bold is very brave. Now, if it was 1,000 meters, I could understand. And again, they have to state that it is water resistant and it's extreme, and I will have to agree with that. I love this loom. It's insane. Look at that. Have you got the time at night? Oh, wow, look at that. This is no good if you're having an affair hanging outside in the dark on a window ledge. You will be spotted by hubby. Having sample on the back case is very interesting. To me, this is like, I shouldn't be having this in my hand. I think this was more for LORUS reps going around watch shops and showing what is possible. Now, what year is this? I really have no clue. I can't find anything about it. Now I understand why the serial number has 7G, because I am very stuck on this one. Okay boys, mission is completed. Let's get back to Targ.
Great job, guys.
Who's that at the back?
That's our cleaner.
You didn't mention them. Hello, Mr. Rangeman. I'm Rolex.